Hey everyone, it's E&K back again with another one for you. This time headed into KFC to go in on their all-new Crispy Kernel Sandwich. And what do you say we kick this one up with a little finger-licking gold? Yeah, that sounds pretty good to me right now. So let's set ourselves up through that drive-thru.
Hi, welcome to KFC. Would you like to try a Crispy Kernel $5 fillet?
Actually, no, not the fillet, but just the sandwich by itself. The Crispy Kernel Sandwich with no mayo. And you know what? Peep this out. Let's kick it up a bit and go with the Georgia Gold honey mustard on that one there as a signature flavor.
Righty then, for the Crispy Kernel Sandwich, you wanted honey mustard, no mayonnaise. Anything else for you today?
That's it.
Hey, I'll have your polo ready for you at the window.
Great, thanks. Now, I definitely loved the Georgia Gold when it first came out. And if you guys haven't seen my review on it, hit that link in the upper right-hand corner of your display and check it out. It was awesome. Hey.
Alrighty then, for the Crispy Kernel, you wanted Georgia Gold, no mayo. It's going to be $4.92.
Beautiful. Thanks so much. We'll see ya. All right, guys, ready for some extra crispy Georgia Gold goodness? Let's peep this out.
Bronze and golden, new and tasty. Cut to close-up of the crispy kernel.
Well, it's the newest sandwich from the Kernel, and it happens to be crispy, hence the name, the Crispy Kernel Sandwich. And guys, initial first impressions right off the bat, this is pretty tiny, especially when I compare it to my palm. This doesn't seem too much bigger than the Chicken Little. Let's pop the top of the slightly toasted bun, take a look underneath. It looks like a fairly average piece of 100% white meat chicken breaded up with all the goodness that we know and love from KFC. And definitely the Georgia Gold goodness is drizzled on top of it, as you guys can see there. But again, very small. Let's lift this a little further and check out the bottom. A decent amount of pickles and normally mayo on this one, guys. But overall, just an okay presentation. And considering this is part of the $5 fill-ups, even though the signature flavor gives you a little bit more of a premium in price, this is actually very tiny. I can't stop saying it. It's very small for what it is. It's the new Crispy Kernel Sandwich featuring the Georgia Gold Honey Mustard Barbecue here at KFC. Let's peep out this flavor.
Get the new crispy kernel sandwich with all the fixings for just $5.
Well, it's clearly on the small side, but it's definitely crispy. Let's dive in. It's the Crispy Kernel Sandwich featuring the Georgia Gold Honey Mustard Barbecue. Let's get it. Well, just as I feared, this one's a little on the dry side. Now, I know it's supposed to have a little bit of mayo on it there, and that's obviously going to add some moisture to it, but not even the Georgia Gold Honey Mustard Barbecue sauce is really doing it. And granted, even though the size is a little on the small side, it is a thick piece of white meat, so there's obviously a lot of white goodness to go with this one here. But again, there's also some dryness to go with it as well. Even if there was mayo on this, I think you would still probably say this one is a little on the dry side, especially with the thickness of the meat that I have here. But aside from all of that breakdown, I can tell you that the pickles are adding a little bit of moisture to it because I am tasting that more on the back end. They do have some pretty nice flavor, but as you can see in the middle there, that is a lot of dry white meat, guys, and the coating around it is not bad. You're actually getting more meat to coating with this one, and of course the Georgia Gold goodness is coming through. That flavor is pretty awesome. It is one of my favorites, but as you can see, pretty dry. You know, honestly, this really does kind of remind me of like a mini zinger, and if you guys haven't seen my review of that one, I'll make sure to link it in the upper right-hand corner of your display. This is pretty much the same type of concept. It's the thick white meat that you're getting on this one here without the spicing that the zinger had, but I gotta say, with this version of it, without the spicing in general, I'm glad you can at least choose your barbecue sauce if you decide to go that route, but guys, this just needs to be a little bit more for the money. I mean, $4.49 for something that's the equivalent of maybe a bigger value-sized burger or chicken sandwich? No bueno. One more bite into this one and I'm more or less at the halfway point of the sandwich. There's really not too much else to say about this one aside from the fact that the coating is pretty crispy, hence the name of the sandwich itself, and it is actually pretty flavorful, as you'd expect it to be. And obviously if you add a signature flavor to this, you're going to kick it up that much more. So it is worth it if you guys are fans of the flavors of barbecue sauce here at KFC. But truth be told, unless you get this in the $5 fill-up version or even the premium version, which was about $6 because of the flavor that I got, this one is definitely not worth it on its own. Sorry to say. Hey, but of course that's just my opinion. After all, this is white meat chicken and it does command a little bit more of a premium, but you should be getting a little bit more for your money. And obviously at almost $5 for the sandwich by itself, you'd expect this to be just a little bit bigger, right? But what do you guys think? Does this new Crispy Kernel Sandwich deliver for you presentation-wise? And if you are planning on getting this, are you going to get this by itself or in the $5 fill-up? Drop those comments down below and definitely let me know. And as for my overall rating based upon what I got today, I'm going to have to give the Crispy Kernel Sandwich featuring the signature flavor Georgia Gold Honey Mustard Barbecue here at KFC just an above average 6.5 out of 10. The size completely kills this one for me. It really does feel like a Super Chicken Little, much less a smaller version of their regular double crunch that they've got on the menu. And with that one featuring 2 chicken strips inside of a bun, it actually feels a lot smaller than that, guys. So honestly, what they should have done with this is maybe up the meat just a little bit in terms of the size. And I'm not just talking about the thickness of the patty, because that's actually pretty decent. I'm talking about the overall size. And if you do get this as part of the $5 fill-ups, it's still gonna be small, but hey, it is $5 for all that you get, right? On its own, it is what it is, and what it should be is bigger. And those are my thoughts on one of the latest here at KFC as we close out another episode of Peep This Out, guys. And like I always say, I've got brand new content every single week here on my channel. So why you stay tuned for that next review coming real soon. In the meantime, stay frosty. Okay, the Georgia Gold is still finger-licking gold as far as I'm concerned, but it just needs to be in a larger piece of chicken in their sandwiches. All right, guys, until next time, I'll talk to you soon.